Early in the morning, early in the morning, early in the morning.
What's going on, people? It is your boy Cam here. Topical Juice. And I'm back with a goddamn disappointing video today, you know. Who deserves the trophy for the worst finale ever? Game of Thrones or Line of... I'm chatting shit. It's clearly Game of Thrones. But anyway, yeah, listen. Line of Duty has banged from start to finish, but this season was a little bit disappointing for me, however. And in this video, I'm just gonna vent, to be honest. I'm just gonna vent. You know, I'm not changing my YouTube channel's not changing to review TV shows. It's not any of that thing. I just like Line of Duty. Line of Duty is one of the biggest shows in the UK at the moment. Last week's episode was watched by 11 million people. Yeah, all the newspapers keep making a point to say that that's way more than the Oscars. The Oscars was watched by 9.85 million people. Either way, I'm here today just to vent to you lot, because I'm assuming at least one of my subscribers watches Line of Duty, do you know what I'm saying? So at least one of you is going to be interested in this, because how did we get here? How was this the finale? Well, it's not the finale, this is the season finale. There will be a season 7, I'll get into that in a minute. There will be a season 7, there's no doubt about that. Let's just get straight into this. I need to vent and I don't want to forget what I'm going to say. So like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified and all of that. Watch the video all the way through for me and all of that. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Anyone that's been new to my community, I appreciate y'all and thank you. So first things first, yeah, as you guys know, the season finale was last night. And throughout this season, it's been building up to the identity of H. In fact, throughout all the seasons, yeah, the identity of the fourth man, codenamed H, has been the priority. Do you understand? We found out who H was last night. Oh, by the way, spoilers. I mean, to be fair, the title says it all. If you're watching this video and you don't think there's spoilers, then you're an idiot. But yeah, spoilers. So we found out the identity of H last night, and it was Buckles. Yeah, Ian Buckles. Is that his first name? Ian. I forget all these characters. Buckles, the bumbling idiot, the bumbling donut who got framed earlier by Joe Davison, turns out to be the man himself. You feel me? So what's my thoughts on that? First things first. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Admittedly, I didn't like the idea of them bringing in a new character to be H. I didn't like the idea of that. I wanted the idea to be that we knew and we had seen H previously before. So I'm happy about that to an extent. It's realistic. However, I'm just not satisfied with that, because this codenamed H has been pulling all the strings, doing all the mad thing, this, that, and the other, right? And it's this incompetent idiot that it was in the end. And like, the main thing that got him caught was the linguistics expert. And I felt like they could have done that analysis ages ago, but still, whatever, it's fine, doesn't matter. I just feel there's more here, and that's why it's not finished. The season, people really think this is the end of the show. It's not the end. It cannot be the end. It actually cannot be. I'm gonna sit here categorically and say right now, I'll put my opinion on the line. I'll put my whatever on the line. I'll say this is nowhere near the end. Nowhere near the end. I'll get to my reason for that in a minute. Line of Duty's been an amazing show from start to finish, really and truly. Like, it's been one of the best shows on BBC television, one of the best shows in the UK. Gripping, dramatic, cliffhangers, great character development, amazing character development, to be honest. But I'll be honest with you, I've been the first to hold my hands up, and I've been the first to tell my mum and the first to tell my friends in the group chat that this season hasn't been all that. And I was saying this from the start of the season. I was feeling like I was getting confused for no reason. And when it starts getting confusing, there's no way that's good. It's great when a show has continuity, don't get me wrong. It's great when a show can bring back something from season 2, episode 3, minute 1.3. Do you know what I'm saying? Bring that back and then make it relevant to this episode. Do you know what I'm saying? I like how shows do that. But this season, yeah, they've been doing that too much. They were doing loads of red herrings this season. They'd make you believe it was my man, Farewell, who was the guy. Then they'd make you believe it was another man. Then they'd make you believe it was this person. Then back to Hastings, and yeah, I mean, that's all part of the show, isn't it? It's like who's gonna be the criminal. But for me, this is my opinion, I was getting the impression that they were intentionally doing that. They were doing it too much. They were doing it too much, and when they're trying to make the story too complicated, I'm losing interest and losing kind of focus. I'm thinking, well, who's this and who's that? Just for you to tell me that it was Ian Buckles at the end who was H. For me, it's just not. I'm not satisfied. Yeah, it was a logical and normal conclusion, but I'm just not really satisfied. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I've always known from the start of this season, or I've always thought in my mind since the start of the season, that it can't be the end. Because Fleming has got a whole son. She's got children, or a child. She's got a whole child and an ex-husband. We didn't see them once. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, this can't be, I was saying to my mom, this can't be the end, because we ain't seen her ex. And all this stuff, like, she's got a child, like, where's he at? And yesterday's episode confirmed that to me. So let me tell you why I think there's going to be a season 7. We did not see her family, or even a mention of the family, until right at the end of the episode. Right at the end, that therapist person is talking to the camera, and it looks like he's talking to Steve. But when the camera pans round, he's talking to Kate. And she then mentions she's got a child and an ex-husband. That is a clear gateway into the next season. That is a gateway into the next season. You can't not talk about the kids and then bring them in at the end. Do you understand? The second piece of evidence that there's going to be another season is that who's that Jobsworth of a police officer who's heading up the merging of AC12 and other departments. What's that woman called? Proper sick actor, proper smug and I've forgotten her name. But right at the end here, Hastings told her that came clean about his involvement in Corbett's death, and was like, yeah, the leak came from me. And he also gave her a little speech. You know how Hastings is, and Jesus, Mary and Joseph and a wee donkey, or something like that. You know, he always comes out with these emotional, powerful speeches. He gave her a speech, and you can tell in her face that she was starting to soften. He started giving her the speech about integrity and all sorts of random stuff. So, and you can see in her face that she was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, that's now a gateway into season 7 where she might be on side. Because yeah, there was a few rumours that she might have been H, but she ain't H. She was never H. She's just a Jobsworth. Understand? Again, another reason why there's going to be a season 7 is because Hastings said to that woman, whatever her name is, I'm going to appeal that retirement. He said, I am going to appeal the retirement. The same way Hastings offered Kate Fleming a job, I think he said to them, there's a job here if you wanted it. Or something like that. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, either way, yeah, that suggests that the trio is going to come back together. Now, that leads me on to one of the main issues of this season, is the lack of main character dynamic. Like, the thing that made the show sick, yeah, is like, in my opinion, was Kate Fleming and Arnott's relationship. I mean, they got to stop calling each other mate and that. That's a bit, I don't know, that's kind of annoying, a bit weird. And I'll drive mate, and yeah, mate, and go on mate, my round mate, I'll grab a beer mate, and all this weird mate stuff. Anyway, I think they might even end up together. Because DC, Arnott is a hopeless romantic, or whatever. She's had a failed marriage, and dabbled in, her and Joe Davison were having a bit of flirtation in this episode, in this season as well. So what was that about? Are they going to explore that? Are they going to explore that side of things? They did what they did with Joe Davison, because the way they wrapped up her story arc is now she's now in a gay, lesbian, whatever you want, lesbian relationship with someone else. She's clearly living a life in Crunch now, under witness protection. But the fact that Fleming had that moment, are they going to explore that? Are they going to explore her sexuality in next season as well, or not? Who knows? But either way, their dynamic was good beforehand. But obviously in this season, Kate is working with Joe Davison, and Arnott's working with wherever. Again, on the topic of Arnott as well, like, what was the point in keeping John Corbett's wife in there? I thought she was going to be kept in there for a bigger reason. I thought it was going to be something bigger. But it turns out the only reason John Corbett's wife was actually kept in there is to be used as like a therapist for Steve, because he's taking painkillers for his injury. So they kind of got close, and that was their dynamic. But they also kept her in the show to expose Hastings. But maybe exposing Hastings as the one who leaked the info is quite a good character development, because it shows that the trio are loyal to each other. You see right at the end when they confront Hastings about, he's like, are we done here? Are we done here? And he's like, no sir. And she's like, as an investigation conducted into something about Lighthouse, we found that, you know, you'd given 50 grand, or an unlawful thingy, you'd given her 50 grand. So maybe keeping her in it is to show how loyal the trio are together. The fact that they didn't snitch on Hastings, the fact that they didn't even know what the story was, but they kept it to themselves, found out the information, confronted head on. and believed him. I believe him as well. He's a good guy, man. Hastings ain't no bad guy. Look at him. He's Jesus, Mary and Joseph and the wee donkey. Come on now, like he ain't a bad guy. He's coming out of saying some shit. There's just too many unanswered questions, and I think this season, while it was disappointing, I think season 7 does have the potential to be one of the best seasons ever. Because if they take this season as a learning curve, I know it's not a learning curve, but if they take the feedback on board, they might be able to deliver something more powerful in the last season. Because this could ultimately be a red herring. Like, how many red herrings have we seen in this season? The fact that we've now seen H identified as Buckles, that even in itself could be a red herring. Because, what do we know? The main face who always keeps coming up is that high up superintendent, that big high one who's always on the TV giving speeches, the one in season 1 who was the one that banished Steve. He was the one who unlawfully killed that guy and said he was a terrorist or something, unlawfully. And then from then, that's where the corruption's been. Not to mention, Buckles and them two have always been involved in the same crimes. I think it was that Lawrence case. You know when they were digging into that Lawrence case? Buckles' face was involved then. And I thought that was a bit weird. I've actually been suspicious of Buckles since then. Even though I thought he was a bumbling idiot and I was disappointed it was him, there was like 5% of me that thought Buckles could be the one, you know. Because every single investigation, every time they were digging deeper, his name was always brought up. In the Gail Vella, he had interest in the Gail Vella murder. He had interest in that Lawrence murder. His name kept coming up. But do you know whose else name kept coming up? That higher up at superintendent or whatever, who keeps denying corruption exists. He is the real mastermind behind all this, because he's been corrupt since the start and he's been downplaying corruption at the end. He is also, as in, you know, right at the end of the finale, when they were giving out the little, you know, when they wrap up with writing and they say, oh, yeah, so Kate's doing this now, so on. So they made a point to specifically say that whatever that guy's name is, yeah, that bad guy, they said right at the end, all people who were friends with him have now been promoted to senior positions. That you don't end a show like that. You don't end the show with more questions. You don't end the show with the bad guys. With the good guys losing as badly as they have. You don't end the show with police corruption coming out on top. So there will be a season 7. There has to be, because we need to explore how corrupt it goes. It's not to mention, it even said that you see right at the end where Buckles got his his door shut. He was smiling at the end. Do you know why? Because there's I can't remember what someone said, but it was suggested that they're gonna dismiss the case. They're gonna dismiss any police corruption. It's all very weird. Like, how can you constantly deny police corruption and constantly undermine the AC-12, even going so far as to disband the AC-12, push them back at every opportunity? How can you do that when AC-12 has had nothing but success? AC-12 exposed H. It solved the Gail Vella murder. It solved all these murders. It uncovered all the criminal activity underneath the what's it called? The floor. I don't understand. Like, I don't get how they can win in terms of have all these big breakthrough victories and still be undermined publicly. In an attempt to distract us from finding out these questions, they've now given us more questions. All I know is, yeah, Joe Davison won't be in it again. She's now living a comfortable life. I mean, she might appear once or twice, but she's now living a comfortable life. She's found a girlfriend, she's got a dog, happy days. By the looks of things, Buckles is going to be free by season 7, probably due to the influence of his buddy, the TV buddy. Them two together are clearly a combined H here, or whatever's going on. He'll go free. Kate will explore her trauma in the line of duty. She's got bodies. She had to shoot people. She's been shot at. You know, she's got a husband and she's got an ex-husband or an estranged son and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So she's also got a character arc. Steve Arnott is he needs to explore his drug addiction and things like that. And Hastings, by the looks of it, ain't even retiring no more. So the fact that he's going to appeal, like, understand how TV works, innit? They left us with key bits of information. They left us with the fact that he's going to appeal this retirement decision. That means he'll probably appeal it through episodes 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 2, and then he'll be reinstated by halfway or maybe towards the end, and we'll see him again. And he'll be the one to save the day with the rest of them, and that should wrap it up then. Season 7 should be the end. But I feel like this is like a bridge season to the end. This cannot be the finale. It can't be. Otherwise, it's stupidly disappointing. Let me know your thoughts below, man. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know some of your conspiracy theories. Let me know your opinion on the season as a whole, or any questions it's left you with. Did any of you even watch it? If you don't watch it, please do watch it. It is a 6 show until the last whatever finale. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.